My beloved, you're not here by accident. You're exactly where you need to be, at the feet of the One who still performs miracles. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. What I'm about to tell you is not just encouragement. It's a divine response to the deepest cry of your heart. What if I told you that the miracle you've been praying for is already in motion? That behind the silence, I've been orchestrating breakthrough? But here's the truth. If you miss what I'm saying now, you risk walking through another season in the dark, still unsure, still burdened, still afraid. Yet I've called you here because my message for you is different from anything else you've heard. This is not empty hope. This is the voice of your Creator, who knows your name and your pain, and who is ready to do what no one else can. Yes, child, lean in. This moment is sacred, and my voice is breaking through the confusion that has clouded your thoughts. You've been running, searching, striving, and though others may have misunderstood your tears, I have counted each one. I saw you when you whispered into the silence, "God, do you still see me?" And my answer is resounding and clear. I have never taken my eyes off of you. Even now, my spirit surrounds you, pressing close to your soul, reminding you that you are not forgotten, not abandoned, and not without hope. You've cried out for clarity, and I'm bringing it now. The miracle you asked for is not delayed by chance. It's being shaped by divine timing. I'm never late. I'm never idle. My plans are active even in your stillness. I've been weaving every pain, every waiting moment, and every unanswered question into a tapestry far greater than what you imagined. And yes, I've heard your prayers, the ones drenched in desperation, the ones whispered through clenched teeth and broken sleep. I have not turned away. I have not remained silent to punish you. My silence has been protection. My waiting has been preparation. There is power in persistence, and your faith, even when trembling, has moved my hand. You've survived seasons that should have broken you, not because you are strong on your own, but because I was your strength when you had none left. That is why you're still standing. That is why your heart, though heavy, is still beating with the hope of my promise. And now I'm calling you to believe again. Not just believe in me, but believe that what I have for you is good. That the plans I formed for you before time began still stand. They haven't expired. They haven't been revoked. They haven't been diminished by your mistakes or delayed by your weakness. They are intact. But hear me clearly, this matters more than you realize. This isn't just about comfort or inspiration. This is about destiny. If you don't listen now, if you let this moment pass you by, you may continue wandering through cycles I never intended for you to repeat. You'll stay bound by fears that were meant to be conquered, held back by chains I already broke. That's why I speak with urgency. That's why I shake the heavens to reach your heart. Because the stakes are high, not just for you, but for those whose lives will be changed through your testimony. The miracle I'm sending is not only your answer, it's their hope too. And that's where my message to you is unlike any other. I'm not offering you cliches or motivational phrases that disappear with the sunrise. I'm giving you truth. I'm offering you the supernatural. I'm calling you into a relationship that doesn't depend on performance, but on surrender. What I desire is not that you impress me with your strength, but that you allow me to become your strength. This walk was never meant to be carried out in your own power. It was designed to be walked hand in hand with me. So let go. Let go of the fear that whispers, "What if it never happens?" Let go of the shame that says, "I don't deserve it." Let go of the pressure to have it all together. Come to me in your raw, honest need. I'm not afraid of your brokenness. I welcome it. I welcome you. And I promise, I swear by my own name, that those who come to me in faith will not be turned away. This is the moment where faith becomes fire, where trust becomes testimony, where prayer becomes power, where surrender becomes victory. Do not look at the size of your need, look at the size of your God. I have parted seas, I have fed multitudes, I have raised the dead, and I have not changed. I will do it again. I will do it for you. Let my peace begin to settle in your chest even now. Let my words push back the anxiety that's been clawing at your mind. I am here, and I am working. I have not left you to figure it out alone. I am the light in your night. I'm the fire in your bones. I'm the hand that holds you when everything else is shaking. Yes, I know you've been weary. I know you've been fighting battles no one sees. I know you've questioned whether your prayers even matter anymore. But I need you to know this. You're not just surviving. You're being shaped. Every scar is a mark of my protection. Every delay is a layer of my provision. Every storm is teaching you to stand when the winds blow strongest. And soon, you will rise, not just healed, but transformed. Not just blessed, but bold. So believe again, hope again, dream again. The miracle is already moving. The breakthrough is already breaking through. I am aligning people, places, and moments to meet you at the intersection of my promise. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been missed. Nothing is beyond redemption. I am your Redeemer. I am your Restorer. I am your resurrection. And I say to you now, get ready. This is not just a word of comfort. It is a word of activation. Step forward. Walk in faith. Don't look back. The door that once closed will open again. But this time, you will walk through it in victory, not in fear. Because this time, you're not going alone. I go with you. I fight for you. I provide for you. You've stood at the edge long enough, peering into promises that seemed just out of reach. But now I, the Lord your God, tell you, step into what I have spoken over your life. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the season to question what I've already confirmed. I have set before you an open door. No man can shut it. I have cleared the path, even though your eyes still see obstacles. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions. You don't need all the answers before you obey. You need only to trust me. I never asked you to understand the plan, only to follow me. Let me show you what happens when obedience meets divine power. Chains fall, walls collapse, waters part. But those miracles are not distant stories in ancient times. They are the living reality for those who dare to believe. And you, my child, are one of those chosen to witness my glory in the land of the living. I am raising you into boldness, not the kind that boasts in self, but the kind that anchors in faith. Boldness that rises when fear tries to suffocate your voice. Boldness that stands when others fall. Boldness that speaks life in a world drowning in death. You've wondered, how much longer, Lord? How much more must I endure? Hear me. This isn't punishment, it's preparation. I've been forging you in the fire, not to destroy you, but to refine you. Every hardship has been a chisel shaping the sculpture of your calling. Every loss has made space for greater gain. I allow pruning not to diminish your worth, but to multiply your fruit. There are seeds you planted in past seasons, sown in tears, watered by prayer, that are now breaking through the soil. The harvest is near. Do not stop now. Do not pull back. You've looked around and compared your journey with others, wondering why theirs seems easier, faster, more celebrated. But what I'm doing in you cannot be rushed. I'm not building a temporary platform. I'm laying a foundation that won't crack under pressure. What I'm birthing through you is weighty with destiny. It must be nurtured, protected, matured. That's why it's taken time. That's why it's cost you so much. But know this, I am a faithful rewarder. I see every hidden act of obedience, every private battle, every silent yes you've given me, and I will honor it. There's a shift taking place in the spiritual realm. Things are moving on your behalf even now, though unseen. My angels are dispatched. My hand is stretched forth. The winds are changing direction, and I'm calling you to respond. Not in fear, but in faith. The enemy has tried to paralyze you with doubt, to convince you that you've missed it, that you're not enough, that I've passed you by. But those are lies from the pit of hell. I am the God who never forgets. I remember your name. I remember your faith. I remember every promise I made to you, and I intend to keep it. Lift your eyes. This is not the end of your story. In fact, it's the beginning of a new chapter. The pages are turning, and what's ahead will redeem everything that's been behind. The sorrow you've endured will be the oil for your anointing. The disappointments will be the fuel for your drive. I'm turning pain into power, mourning into dancing, delay into acceleration. You will see what I have promised. You will hold what you have prayed for, and when it happens, you'll know it was me. I'm also calling you higher. No more surface-level faith. No more half-hearted commitment. I want all of you, not just your prayers of desperation, but your surrender of devotion. I want to walk with you daily, not just meet you in crisis. I want to be your first thought in the morning and your last whisper at night. Not because I'm needy, but because you need me. Your soul was made for intimacy with me. The world will never satisfy the ache in your heart. That place belongs to me alone. Come closer. Closer than your fear. Closer than your comfort zone. I want you to step out of the boat like Peter did, not because the waters are calm, but because I've called you. Faith is not found in safety. It is born in surrender. Let me take your hand and teach you how to walk on waves. Let me show you that what scares you most is the very place where I will prove myself strong. This is your moment. Heaven is leaning in. The Spirit is stirring within you. My power is available, here, now, not just for others, for you. You don't have to wait for someone more spiritual, more mature, more worthy. I have chosen you, with all your flaws, doubts, and weaknesses, because I don't call the qualified. I qualify the called, and you, child, are called. So declare it now. With trembling faith, with a whisper or a roar, declare that you will believe again, that you will trust again, that you will walk with me even when the way is unclear. Speak it aloud for your heart to hear. I will not give up. I will not shrink back. I will walk into my promise in the strength of the Lord. For it is not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord. You are being equipped, not just to survive, but to overcome, to lead, to restore, to shine. And I will not rest until the fullness of my plan in you is revealed. So stand firm. The fire will not consume you. The waters will not drown you. You are walking through, not to stay, but to testify. And on the other side, joy unspeakable awaits. Listen closely, beloved child. This isn't just inspiration, it's instruction. I'm not speaking to your emotions alone. I'm speaking to the very core of who you are. I'm shaping your identity, grounding your confidence, not in what you feel, but in what I have declared. Feelings will come and go like waves on the sea, but my truth remains, like the mountain, immovable. That's why I've brought you to this moment, because the time has come for you to stop letting your emotions rule your decisions and to start letting my word anchor your soul. You've spent far too long being shaken by the opinions of others. One word of rejection and you question your worth. One door closes and you begin to wonder if you're forgotten. But I tell you now, you're not defined by human voices. You're defined by the voice of your Father, who formed you with his hands and called you with eternal purpose. I see beyond your current struggle. I see the warrior in you. I see the vessel of fire and light that I'm raising in the midst of darkness. You think, but I'm too broken, too tired, too flawed. And I say to you, I do my greatest work through broken vessels. I specialize in using those who feel the most disqualified. Did I not use Moses, though he stuttered? Did I not use David, though he failed? Did I not use Mary, though she was young and unknown? I choose those who the world overlooks, and I pour out my glory in ways they never imagined. You are next. I have not passed you by. I have not overlooked your faithfulness in the shadows. I know how hard it has been. The nights you couldn't sleep. The days when your prayers seemed to echo off silent walls. But child, I was there. I was holding back forces you couldn't see. I was protecting you from battles you weren't ready for. And now I am ushering you into a season of visibility. Not for applause, but for assignment. I'm not promoting you for popularity. I'm positioning you for purpose. This new season isn't about being seen by others. It's about being used by me. But understand, there will be opposition. There will be distractions. The enemy will not stand by as you step into the fullness of your calling. He will whisper lies. He will stir up doubt. He will use familiar faces to sow confusion and fear. Do not listen to them. Do not be swayed. Keep your eyes on me. I've already gone before you. I've already equipped you. I've already declared the outcome. You will overcome. And as you step out in faith, you will begin to see it. Small signs at first, the peace that surpasses understanding, the clarity that chases confusion away, doors that once refused to budge, swinging open by unseen hands. People you never expected reaching out to support you. Opportunities you didn't ask for showing up at your feet. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. I am fulfilling my word to you, one step at a time. But I want more than your obedience. I want your attention. Don't move so fast that you miss me. Don't get so caught up in doing for me that you forget to be with me. There is nothing more important than my presence. That's where your power comes from. That's where your peace is born. That's where your heart is healed. I want to be more than your refuge. I want to be your home. Let me show you what real strength looks like. It's not loud or boastful. It's steady. It's rooted. It doesn't collapse when the winds blow. You will become that kind of strong. I will make you unshakable. But first I must teach you to rest, not just physically, but spiritually. Rest in my promises. Rest in my provision. Rest in my pace. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are exactly where you need to be for me to do what only I can do. You will begin to see changes in your home, in your relationships, in your finances, not because of luck, but because of alignment. You are aligning your heart with heaven, and heaven is responding. The atmosphere around you is shifting. My spirit is hovering over your life, ready to breathe upon every dry bone and bring it back to life. The very areas you thought were beyond hope are the places where I will do my greatest miracles. But don't just believe for yourself. Believe for your family. Believe for your children. Believe for the generations that will come after you. The seeds you sow now, seeds of prayer, seeds of faith, seeds of righteousness, they will grow into trees of legacy. What I do in you will not stop with you. It will ripple out, breaking generational curses and releasing generational blessings. Let this sink in. You are chosen to be the turning point, the pivot in your bloodline, the one who walks differently, speaks differently, loves differently, believes differently. Not because you are better, but because you're surrendered. I placed you in this time, in this family, in this generation, on purpose. You're not random. You're not misplaced. You're strategic. Heaven's plan includes you. and no power of darkness can erase what I have written over your life. So rise up, not in arrogance, but in authority. Speak my word, declare my promises, prophesy over your dry places, call those things that are not as though they were. Watch as my spirit breathes life into everything you touch. You're stepping into divine favor, not because you earned it, but because you believed. And to those who believe, all things are possible. Beloved, pause and breathe in this truth. I am not only the God of beginnings, I am the God of completion. I never leave anything half done. What I have started in you will not die in the middle. What I have spoken will not return void. My word over your life is living, active, and unbreakable. You may not feel strong right now, but that does not change my plans. Strength is not the absence of weakness. It is the presence of my power within you. And I declare over you now, you are being strengthened from the inside out. Yes, I see the inner battles you fight, those silent wars in your mind where doubts rise up like waves, crashing against everything you've dared to believe. The enemy knows he cannot steal your calling, so he tries to poison your confidence. He whispers lies that echo in the chambers of your heart. You're not enough. You've failed too much. You've missed your moment. But those lies are shattered by my truth. You are enough because I'm enough in you. You are forgiven. You are chosen. You are sealed with purpose. Do not let your past have a louder voice than my promise. The shame that lingers, the regrets that haunt you, bring them to me. I am not afraid of your truth. I already know it. What you confess, I cover. What you surrender, I redeem. I didn't call you to be perfect, I called you to be real. Real before me. Real in your pursuit. Real in your dependence. That's the heart I bless. That's the heart I inhabit. You've tried to hold yourself together in your own strength, but I'm inviting you to fall into my arms. There is no safer place. There is no more stable refuge. Let me be your source. You don't have to impress me. You don't have to strive. You only need to trust. My love is not performance-based, it is covenant-based. My commitment to you is eternal. Even when you've doubted me, I have never doubted who I made you to be. Let me remind you who you are. You are my beloved. You are my image bearer. You are a carrier of my spirit. When I see you, I see potential wrapped in promise. I see destiny unfolding. I see a testimony in the making. Yes, the fire has been hot. The pressure has been intense. But that's what happens in refining. I'm not burning you. I'm burning off everything that was never meant to define you. I'm removing false identities, toxic thinking, and unhealed wounds that have kept you bound for too long. Because where I'm taking you, you cannot bring the baggage of fear. You cannot carry the weight of approval addiction. You cannot build with bricks of insecurity. I am rebuilding your foundation. I am renewing your mind. I am healing the inner places you forgot needed restoration. And as I do, you will begin to walk differently. Not with pride, but with peace. Not with arrogance, but with assurance. You will begin to speak differently, not out of fear, but out of faith. Not with hesitation, but with holy boldness. Don't be surprised when the old doors no longer open. Don't grieve over relationships I've ended. Some things were not rejection. They were protection. I know what you need, and I know what would have destroyed you. Stop chasing what I've already removed. Stop mourning what I've already closed. I'm not trying to take things from you. I'm preparing to place things in you. Greater things. Things that align with my perfect will for your life. The journey you're on may not be easy, but it is necessary. Each step, each delay, each tear, each triumph is leading you toward the fulfillment of what I've promised. I don't waste pain. I don't ignore process. I don't rush perfection. What I'm forming in you will have eternal value. It won't just bless you, it will bless others through you. You are becoming a vessel that carries hope, healing, and truth. But there's something more I want you to grasp. I'm not just preparing you for breakthrough, I'm preparing you to sustain it. Many ask for miracles, but few are prepared to carry them well. I'm teaching you how to steward the blessing when it comes. I'm building discipline in your spirit not to restrict you, but to release you. I'm asking you to go deeper in prayer, not to burden you, but to empower you. I'm calling you to rise early and seek my face, not for ritual, but for revelation. In the quiet places where no one sees, that's where I will speak the loudest. In the stillness, you will hear my strategy. In the secret place, you will gain strength for the public battle. Don't underestimate the value of those hidden moments. The world may not see them, but I do. Heaven is watching, recording, rewarding. Not one act of obedience is wasted. Not one whisper of worship is unheard. You are storing up treasures far beyond what your eyes can see. So guard your heart, guard your time, guard your atmosphere. You are in a season of transition, and it is holy. This is not the time to entertain distractions. This is not the moment to be casual with your calling. You carry too much. You've come too far. Stay alert. Stay focused. Stay planted in my presence. Because what's coming next will require your full attention, and it will be worth every sacrifice. My hand is upon you. My spirit is within you. My angels encamp around you. You are covered. You are called. You are chosen. Walk forward in this truth. I will never leave you, never forsake you, and never stop working all things for your good. Let me speak directly to that hidden place in your soul, the part that smiles on the outside but cries in secret. I know that place well, for I have never stopped dwelling near to your heart, even when you felt unworthy of my presence. I saw the nights you curled up in exhaustion, not just of the body, but of the soul. You've been worn thin, not because you are weak, but because you've been pouring from a place that needed refilling. But hear me now, my child. I am your wellspring. Come and drink deeply. Let me replenish what life and struggle have drained. I am not a distant God, observing from afar. I am the breath in your lungs, the whisper in your silence, the warmth in your coldest nights. Even when your emotions fail to recognize me, I am present. Especially then, I'm closer than your next thought. I'm the stillness between your chaotic moments. I'm the steady rock under your shaking feet. And now, I'm calling you into a season of renewal, a divine restoration not only of your circumstances, but of your soul. You've given so much to others. You've encouraged, comforted, supported, sacrificed. You've stood in the gap. But now, I am standing in the gap for you. It is your turn to be poured into, your time to receive. I'm restoring joy where sorrow drained it. I'm infusing your hope with new life. I'm breathing courage into your weary heart. This is not selfishness. It is preparation. Because those who refresh others must also be refreshed themselves. And I take care of my own. So stop feeling guilty for needing rest. Rest is holy. Even I, the creator of heaven and earth, rested on the seventh day, not because I was tired, but to set a divine pattern. You are not created to run endlessly on empty. I didn't form you to live in burnout and exhaustion. I made you to move from overflow. So now I pour into you grace like rain, peace like a river, love like fire. Let me silence the voice of guilt that tells you to keep performing. I am not impressed by your busyness. I am moved by your surrender. I long for the moments when you sit quietly with me, without agenda, without pretense, just to be with me. That's when I speak most clearly. That's when your heart aligns with my heartbeat. That's when your spirit hears the whisper it's been longing for. I know there have been seasons where your prayers felt dry, where worship felt forced, where my word felt distant. That did not offend me. I understand the weariness of the human heart. I saw you show up anyway. I watched you choose me, even when it didn't feel like fire. That kind of faith moves heaven. That kind of loyalty is sacred to me. You didn't know it, but those quiet, faithful moments were building altars, places of remembrance that I will now honor without pouring. You see, I am not a God who overlooks devotion. Every tear shed in private, every sacrifice made in silence, every prayer spoken through clenched lips, I've recorded them all. And now I answer. Now I move. Now I release the rain. The dry ground is becoming fruitful again. The barren places are singing once more. What you thought had died is being resurrected. What you gave up on is coming back around, this time wrapped in my glory. And yes, child, you will recognize it. You will know that it was me, because the peace will be unmistakable. The favor will be undeniable. The alignment will be supernatural. You won't have to force it. You won't have to manipulate it. What is from me will come with confirmation, clarity, and courage. You will walk into it not with hesitation, but with holy boldness. But hear this. Do not forget me when it arrives. Don't let the blessing pull you away from the blesser. Don't let answered prayers replace intimate prayer. Remember who sustained you in the wilderness. Remember who whispered hope when the world was silent. Let every victory drive you back to my feet in worship, not away in comfort. Because I'm not just interested in giving you things. I want to give you myself. My greatest gift to you is not a miracle, it is me, my presence, my friendship, my spirit living within you. And when you learn to value my presence more than any promise, you step into unshakable peace. When storms rage, you'll be unbothered. When the enemy roars, you'll stand unmoved. Because you'll know that no matter what shifts around you, I do not change. And I am with you. Let me remind you what's coming. Days of laughter where there was mourning. Rooms filled with praise where there was heaviness. Conversations that birth healing. Connections that carry destiny. Provision from unexpected places. A harvest from long-forgotten seeds. And you will testify. You will say, "The Lord has been good to me. He has done what He promised." And those around you will see it. They will ask, "How did this happen?" And you will answer, "By the hand of my God." Because this is not the result of chance. This is the fruit of covenant. I made you a promise, and I do not break my word. You held on through the pain. You trusted through the silence. You kept walking through the valley. And now, child, the table is being set before your enemies. The oil is being poured upon your head. The cup is beginning to overflow. Stay with me, keep your heart open. Keep your eyes lifted. The best is not behind you. It's ahead. And I am already waiting for you there. Now let me take you deeper, beloved. You've known me as your sustainer, your comforter in hard times. But now I want to reveal myself as your strategist, your divine counselor, who not only heals what's broken, but charts the path forward. I don't want you wandering anymore, making decisions based on fear or desperation. I want to lead you with clarity. My spirit is not a vague impression or a fleeting feeling. He is your guide, your compass, your teacher. And if you'll learn to walk by His voice, you will no longer stumble through the darkness. You will move with precision and power. This next season requires sensitivity to my leading. That means you must be willing to let go of what looks good to pursue what is divinely appointed. Not every open door is from me. Not every offer is a blessing. The enemy knows how to dress distraction in the robes of opportunity. That's why I am training your discernment. I am sharpening your spiritual senses so that you may test every spirit, every motive, every voice, and walk only in the path I ordain. Your destiny is too precious to waste on detours. To do this, you must embrace stillness. The world screams, but I speak in whispers. If you are always hurried, always anxious, you will miss me. And I refuse to compete with noise. I speak in peace, not pressure. I lead with light, not manipulation, so slow down. Make room for me in your mornings. Invite me into your decisions. Allow me to interrupt your routines. I am not a god of chaos. I am a god of divine order. And when you align with me, confusion will fall away. You will begin to notice how my spirit nudges you. Small impressions that carry heavy weight. I will remind you of people to pray for, places to go, and words to speak. I will alert you when danger is near, and give you wisdom that exceeds your natural understanding. This is not fantasy. This is the life I've called you to live, a supernatural life marked by intimacy with me. Miracles are not reserved for the elite. They are the natural result of walking with the miracle maker. And yes, you will need courage, because what I'm calling you into will challenge the limits of your faith. I will ask you to take steps before you see the full staircase. I will prompt you to bless others even when your own hands feel empty. I will stretch you beyond comfort, not to punish you, but to prove to you that I am your source. I'm not just trying to change your life. I'm trying to reveal my nature through your life. Do you understand that? You are a living testimony. You are my chosen vessel. That's why the opposition has been so fierce. That's why you felt misunderstood, isolated, even attacked. The enemy fears what you're becoming. He doesn't fight what isn't a threat. But every time you've chosen faith over fear, worship over worry, obedience over opinion, you've gained ground in the spirit. You've torn down strongholds. You've pushed back darkness. And now I'm releasing a new level of authority over you, not just for personal victory, but to set others free. I'm calling you to be a carrier of my presence, a voice of hope, a light in the shadows. You will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere, not because of your words, but because of my power resting upon you. I will confirm your steps with signs and wonders. I will use your voice to break chains. I will place healing in your hands, not for show, but for service. But remember this, authority comes through surrender. If you want my power, you must walk in my ways. That means purity. That means humility. That means integrity, even when no one is watching. I'm not impressed with talent. I'm drawn to character. I can use anyone who's available, but I entrust greater things to those who are faithful. So stay low, stay teachable, stay clean before me. I'm not raising you to be a star. I'm raising you to be a servant. And in my kingdom, the servant is the greatest. You will impact more lives through compassion than through charisma. You will change more hearts through truth than through trends. And in the end, when you stand before me, I will not ask you how many followers you had, but how many lives you touched in my name. So walk humbly, love deeply, speak boldly, and above all, abide in me. Let your life flow from the secret place. Let your strength come from communion, not performance. You don't need to convince the world of your calling. I have already approved you. Your fruit will speak louder than your defense. Your peace will silence your critics. Your endurance will outlast your enemies. And don't be afraid of small beginnings. Don't despise quiet seasons. David was anointed in the field before he ever faced Goliath. Joseph dreamed in prison before he ruled in the palace. I always prepare my vessels in hiddenness before I reveal them. So trust me in the obscurity. Your day of revealing is near. The time is coming and is already upon you, when what I have hidden in you will be unveiled. The world will not understand it. Many will be surprised. But I won't. I knew it all along. I placed it in you. I formed it before you were born, and I will bring it forth for my glory. This is not just a new chapter. It is a new dimension. Walk with me, and I will show you wonders you've never imagined. My precious one, it is time for you to rise with fresh vision. You've waited, you've listened, you've endured, and now the tide is turning. The spiritual battle you faced wasn't to destroy you. It was to awaken something divine within you. I've allowed the shaking not to scatter you, but to position you. Every closed door was my hand redirecting you. Every delay was a divine pause to protect your promise. And now, I say to you, get ready. What you've prayed for is coming, but it will look greater than what you imagined. I've been writing your story, even in chapters you tried to skip. I've used every heartbreak to deepen your compassion, every failure to anchor your humility, every setback to sharpen your faith. And now, the ink of my promise is marking this season with restoration. What was lost will be returned. What was broken will be rebuilt. What was barren will bear fruit again, not by your strength, not by your wisdom, but by my Spirit, moving with precision and love on your behalf. The world will call it sudden, but you will know it was sovereign. They will see fruit, but you will know the root. You've been hidden, but not forgotten. I have watched you weep over the dreams I gave you. I've heard the groans of your spirit when words failed. I have felt your soul press into me when circumstances told you to walk away. And now, I reward that faith. Not because I owe you, but because it's who I am. I am the rewarder of those who diligently seek me. But there's something I need you to understand. The next level will require a greater level of spiritual maturity. The blessings I'm releasing will demand stewardship, not just celebration. I'm not just giving you miracles, I'm entrusting you with mantles. And to carry that weight, you must walk in obedience and surrender. This is no longer about surviving, it's about reigning with me in the authority I've given you. No longer will you merely react to life. You will prophesy into it, declaring what is not as though it is, because you are in tune with my heart. You see, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for alignment. I need your heart aligned with mine. I want your motives purified by my fire, because when I elevate you, I do it not for your fame, but for my glory. Your testimony is about to be a door for others to find freedom. Your voice is going to carry weight, not because of volume, but because of truth. And truth, when delivered in love, carries divine power. You will not just speak about me, you will speak from me. There is authority in your mouth that has yet to be released. But first, you must believe that I've placed it there. Stop second-guessing what I've made clear. Stop diminishing what I've already anointed. When you speak my word in faith, mountains move. When you declare my promises in prayer, heavens respond. I'm not asking you to speak from pride. I'm calling you to speak from revelation. You've seen too much, learned too much, survived too much to remain silent. And yes, your healing is still unfolding. There are places in your heart that still ache, still wrestle, still question. I'm not upset with you. I'm not disappointed in your process. Healing is not linear. It is layered. And I'm with you in every layer. Sometimes I heal instantly. Other times I walk with you through the pain so you can understand my nearness in ways you never would have in comfort. Do not despise the process. Every tear, every trembling breath, every moment you felt me closer than your pain, those are sacred. They are milestones of mercy. You don't have to pretend to be whole when you're still healing. You don't have to perform strength when you feel fragile. I am not looking for polished perfection. I desire honest communion. Come to me messy. Come to me confused. Come to me rejoicing or weeping. Just come. I will meet you there in the place of your realness, and I will turn it into restoration. And as I restore you, I will restore your household. You've been carrying burdens for your family, interceding, believing when others stopped, and I have heard your intercession. I am moving through your prayers like a river, softening hearts, opening eyes, awakening destinies. Your children are not lost. Your marriage is not beyond repair. Your home will be a dwelling place of my presence. Peace will reign where chaos once lived. Joy will burst forth where sorrow lingered. I am doing a new thing, and it starts with you. But don't stop praying. Don't stop sowing seeds of faith. Your consistency is powerful. Every time you choose to believe, to forgive, to speak life, you plant something in the Spirit, and I, the Lord of the harvest, will bring increase. You are not wasting your prayers. You are not praying into emptiness. Heaven is responding. Angels are moving. Chains are breaking. Strongholds are falling. I see your heart and I know your hope, and I say to you, you are closer than you think. The clouds are breaking. The light is dawning. The page is turning. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep watching. Because soon you will look back and say, that was the moment everything shifted. That was when God turned it all around. Come closer now, my child, and hear the depth of my heart for you. You have believed in me through the storms. Now I will reveal to you what it means to walk in the calm after the storm. But even this calm is not emptiness. It is preparation. You are entering a time of divine transition, and every step you take forward is divinely charged with purpose. I am not a God of random events. I am the God of holy orchestration. Everything is aligning. Everything is building. And everything I have promised you is beginning to come into view. Yet I want you to understand this. My blessings are not just answers to prayer. They are divine trust. When I give with intent. I am placing something in your hands that I've been preparing for generations. You are not merely a recipient, you are a carrier of legacy. What I am doing through you will ripple far beyond your lifetime. This is not just about you. It's about every soul that your obedience will touch, every life that your perseverance will inspire, every heart that your faith will lead back to me. So walk worthy of the calling you've received, not with perfection, but with purpose. Do not shrink back now. Do not let insecurity or shame talk you out of what I've already said is yours. You've spent too much time asking me to repeat what I've already confirmed. Now it is time to act. The vision I've placed in your spirit is not fantasy. It is prophetic. I'm calling you to speak it, plan for it, prepare for it. You may not see the full picture, but I've given you the next step. Take it. That step of faith will unlock the doors that logic cannot. I'm awakening divine courage within you, the kind of courage that refuses to bow to fear or delay, the kind of courage that rises even when no one claps, even when no one supports, even when the cost is high. Because this is not a performance, it is an assignment. You are not here to please crowds. You are here to honor my voice. And when you do, heaven backs you up. My angels go before you. My spirit speaks through you. My favor surrounds you like a shield. Don't be afraid to walk alone. There will be moments where I ask you to step into rooms without validation, to speak words that feel bigger than you, to believe for things that look impossible. That's where I shine. That's where my power is revealed. That's where you'll discover what it means to be carried by grace. You are not walking alone. You are walking with me, and I never fail. I'm raising up people around you for this journey, kingdom connections, divine partnerships, intercessors who will cover you, mentors who will speak life into you, friends who will walk with you in purpose. I'm replacing old alignments with new ones. Don't resist the shift. Some relationships were seasonal. They served their purpose, and it is time to release them in love. What I bring next will multiply your fruit. The people I send will not compete with your calling. They will complement it. And as I bring new voices into your life, I will also strengthen your discernment. You will know who is for you and who is only pretending. You will not be deceived. You will not be manipulated. I will give you eyes to see and ear to hear. What once confused you will become clear. You will walk in wisdom, not wandering. You will make decisions with peace, not pressure. And everything you touch will bear the mark of my presence. I'm also calling you to a deeper level of consecration. You cannot live like everyone else, not because you are better, but because you are set apart. My anointing on your life requires purity, holiness, and focus. There are things others can do that you cannot. There are paths they can take that I will not allow for you. That's not punishment. It's protection. I am preserving you for something greater. Trust me, even when it feels lonely. Your oil is costly. It was crushed out of pain, perseverance, and praise. Don't pour it out carelessly. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Learn to guard what is sacred. Learn to protect your peace. Learn to withdraw when necessary, to refuel in my presence. You are not a machine. You are a vessel, and a vessel must be filled before it can overflow. So come back to me daily. Let me fill you again and again. I'm not finished with your story, not even close. The best pages are still being written, and they will not be marked by striving, but by surrender, not by pressure, but by power, not by fear, but by faith. You will look back and see how every season made sense. You will see how I used everything, even the things that hurt, to build something beautiful. So lift your eyes, stand tall. I'm clothing you with strength and dignity. I'm placing a crown of favor upon your head. I'm releasing fresh vision, fresh anointing, and fresh fire into your bones. This is your time, not to be seen, but to be sent. Not to be praised, but to be poured out. Not to arrive, but to arise. My beloved, this is the moment where everything begins to converge. The prayers you whispered through tears, the faith you held onto in silence, the obedience you clung to when no one was watching, they are all culminating into a divine unveiling. The atmosphere around your life is saturated with expectation, because I'm about to demonstrate publicly what I've been cultivating privately. This is the fruit of your hidden labor. This is the season where what I planted in secret will blossom in the open. But let me remind you, glory must always lead you back to gratitude. Do not let success turn your eyes away from the source. Stay anchored in humility, because pride is a subtle thief. It steals your wonder. It numbs your dependence. And it silences the awe you once felt in my presence. I don't want your worship to be replaced by performance. I want your heart to remain as tender as it was in the valley, because in that brokenness, I could pour out my richest oil. The miracle that's coming is not the reward for perfection. It is the evidence of my goodness. I bless not because you earn it, but because you trust me. Faith is the currency of heaven, and your unwavering faith has moved mountains in the spirit. I am doing things for you that you don't even know to ask for. I am aligning details, redirecting people, and arranging moments to collide in your favor. And when it all comes together, you will not say, "Look what I've done." But surely the Lord has done this for me. Yet know this, I'm not only after your personal breakthrough, I'm after generational impact. Your children and your children's children will walk in the blessing I am releasing now. The generational curses that sought to entangle your bloodline have been broken because you dared to believe, because you said yes in the middle of your pain, because you chose my voice over the noise. I will honor your obedience with a heritage of righteousness. Watch closely as I begin to redeem time. The years you thought were wasted will be restored with interest. I will bring you into places of acceleration. Things that used to take years will now unfold in months. What once felt delayed will arrive suddenly, and you will know it was my divine timing all along. Do not be surprised when things begin to move quickly. This is my doing. Stay ready. Keep your heart positioned in faith. Keep your hands open to receive. And while I bring increase, remember to stay generous. What I place in your hands is not just for you, it's to bless others. You will become a river of provision, not a reservoir of possession. Let your life flow with giving, of time, of words, of kindness, of resources. I am raising you to be a conduit of my compassion. The same comfort I gave you in your hardest moments, you will now carry to the hurting. You are not just a survivor. You are a healer, a builder, a restorer of broken walls. Even in your weakness, I will use you, especially in your weakness, because when the world sees you shine despite your scars, they will ask, how? And you will answer, because God was with me. That testimony will speak louder than sermons. That light will pierce deeper than arguments. That love will heal deeper than explanations. You will walk in authority because you have walked with me. And when fear tries to revisit you, when old anxieties knock on the door, remember this: you have been marked by my hand. You are not who you used to be. You are not bound by what once controlled you. I have broken the chains. I've rewritten your identity. You are clothed in strength, dignity, and destiny. Do not shrink back. Do not second-guess your place. You belong here. You are called here. You are sent here. I will give you wisdom beyond your years. I will give you insight into problems others cannot solve. I will make you a solution in rooms filled with confusion. People will seek you out, not for your opinion, but for the divine peace that surrounds you. They will feel my presence when you speak, and they won't always be able to explain it, but they will be drawn to it. That is my spirit dwelling in you. You are becoming a sanctuary in motion. And I promise you this: not one drop of your pain will be wasted. Not one season of suffering, not one betrayal, not one moment of abandonment has escaped my eye. I have gathered it all, and I will repay you, not with empty apologies, but with overflowing joy, not just with healing, but with harvest, not just with restoration, but with resurrection. What was dead will live again. What was broken will be made beautiful. So take heart. Lift your eyes. You have not missed your moment. You are right on time. You are standing in the threshold of a divine unveiling. And I, the Lord your God, am smiling over you. I delight in you. I sing over you. I rejoice in seeing you rise. Now, my child, let me speak into the deepest part of your spirit, where destiny is born and eternity echoes. Everything I have done, everything I have spoken, everything I have promised has been building toward this. You and I walking as one. That has always been my desire. Not just that you would know about me, but that you would know me. Intimately, personally, daily. I created you not just for assignment, but for relationship. And the greatest miracle I could ever give you is me. My presence, my love, my voice whispering truth to you in every moment of your journey. As you go forward, hold fast to what I've revealed. Don't let the enemy snatch these seeds of life from your heart. He will try to distract you, discourage you, derail you, but you must stand. Remember that the ground you've gained was fought for in the Spirit. And what I give you, no one can take away. The authority, the anointing, the access, it is sealed by my blood and protected by my word. Yes, you will still face challenges, but now you face them as a different person, renewed, refilled, realigned. You will no longer react from fear. You will respond from faith. You will no longer be crushed by hardship. You will rise in resilience. The things that once intimidated you will now reveal the strength I've placed within you, and you will no longer question your worth, because you know, deeply know, that you are mine. Let me speak this over you now. You are blessed, not temporarily, not conditionally, but eternally. You are the head and not the tail. above only, never beneath. You are covered, surrounded, and carried by grace. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. You walk in resurrection power. You walk in covenant promise. You walk in divine favor. What doors need to open, I will open. What needs to be moved, I will move. What needs to be resurrected, I will breathe life into again. Let no man's opinion shake what I have spoken. Let no season's difficulty steal the joy of your coming harvest. You have endured. You have grown. And now you are ready. Ready to step into influence. Ready to release wisdom. Ready to see signs and wonders follow your obedience. The time for fear is over. This is the time for faith like fire, pure, consuming, refining. It's time to lift your voice and speak life over the dry places. It's time to lay hands and believe for healing. It's time to declare over your home, your job, your calling. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I'm establishing your feet. I'm planting you like a tree by living waters. You will not be shaken by drought, nor moved by wind. Your roots go deep. Your fruit will be abundant. People will come to you for shade, for nourishment, for wisdom. And you will give not from lack, but from overflow, because you have learned to drink from me, the living water, and you will never run dry. Don't forget, my child, the joy of the journey. Don't let warfare steal your wonder. Don't let responsibilities bury your worship. I love it when you smile in my presence. I love it when you sing, not because everything is perfect, but because you trust that I am. Keep that heart. Keep that wonder. Let the world see that peace isn't the absence of problems. It's the presence of me. I want your laughter to return. I want your heart light again. You've carried burdens that weren't yours to carry. Lay them down now. Trust me with the timing, the outcome, the future. I've already written the end from the beginning, and you will not be disappointed. You will not be ashamed. I will vindicate your faith. I will crown your years with goodness. I will satisfy you with life and long days and legacy. Let your light shine now, not because you're trying to be seen, but because you've finally seen me. Let your voice rise, not in fear or control, but in hope and truth. Let your hands work, not in striving, but in love. Let your life tell the story, my story of redemption, power, grace, and glory. This is your inheritance, this is your portion, and this is my final word to you in this holy encounter. I am not done. I never was, and I never will be. I am with you always, today, tomorrow, and forever. Even in silence I'm working, even in shadows I'm shining, even in brokenness I'm building. My precious child, you were never meant to live imprisoned by sorrow. I did not create your heart to be weighed down by perpetual grief, nor your mind to be a battlefield of despair. I speak to you now because I see what others do not. The silent tears, the inner fatigue, the constant questions that echo through your nights. I see you. I know you. And I have come to tell you, you must not remain in sadness, for my word brings relief, and my presence heals every wound. Lift your eyes to me, for I am the one who breathes life back into dry bones and speaks peace into every storm of your soul. You have heard me speak before. You've felt my whisper in quiet moments, sensed my nearness even when you doubted. And now I speak again, not just to comfort, but to awaken. My promises are not empty poetry. They are anchors, foundations, immovable truths written in eternity. I have declared plans of good for you, not harm. Futures filled with hope. Miracles that defy human logic. I have not forgotten what I said. Every word I've spoken still stands. And what I promise I fulfill, not by your strength, but by my power and for my glory. You've wandered through shadows, believing at times that maybe joy was for others, but not for you. But I say to you now, do not accept that lie. Sadness may visit, but it must not take residence. Despair may knock, but it must not be allowed to rule. Your soul was crafted for joy. Your spirit was formed to rise. I made you to thrive, not just survive. So let my words cut through the noise of fear and anxiety. Let my truth dismantle the scaffolding of every lie you've believed. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not too broken. You are not too late. My peace is not temporary. It does not flicker with circumstance or fade in crisis. My peace is a person. I am your peace. And I offer myself to you without hesitation, without limit. But to receive me, you must lay down the burdens you've grown used to carrying. Lay down that fear of the future. Lay down the guilt from your past. Lay down the self-hatred, the comparisons, the doubt. I cannot fill what you will not release. But if you surrender, truly surrender, then I will flood your life with light. I will overwhelm your darkness with joy unspeakable. You've been under attack, not just by circumstances, but by the whispers of the enemy. He mocks your faith, questions your calling, laughs at your hope. But remember who you are. You're not just a survivor. You're a warrior. You're not just forgiven, you're chosen. You're not weak. You're filled with divine strength. And every time you declare my word in the face of opposition, you're striking down giants in the spirit. Every time you choose hope instead of hopelessness, you are winning battles unseen. You are advancing even when it feels like you're standing still. Do not let your feelings dictate your faith. Let my word be your compass, not your emotions. Your soul was never meant to be led by fear, but by faith. And faith is not a feeling, it's a decision. Decide today that no matter what, you will believe. Even when you don't see it, I'm working. Even when you don't feel it, I'm near. Even when life screams otherwise, my promises are still true. Hold on to them like breath. Cling to them like life, because they are. I challenge you now, child, to rise. Look your pain in the face and declare, I will not be defined by you. Look your past in the face and say, you no longer own me. Look your doubts in the face and proclaim, my God is faithful. Speak my word over your life as if it were the only truth, because it is. Speak life, not death. Hope, not fear. Faith, not despair. Every time you do, you are building something eternal. Every declaration of trust is a brick in the house of hope I am constructing in your life. And when you feel weak, remember, I'm your strength. When you feel overwhelmed, I am your rest. When the road ahead looks impossible, I am the one who makes a way where there is none. You don't need to figure it all out. You don't need to carry it all alone. You just need to walk with me. Step by step, moment by moment, decision by decision. Trust me enough to follow, even when the path feels unclear. I will never lead you into harm. I only lead you into healing, freedom, and purpose. The enemy is loud, but he is also a liar. He cannot take what I have ordained for you unless you give it away through fear and doubt. Guard your mind, beloved. Be wise with your words. Not everyone around you can handle your dreams, and not all advice is from me. Discernment is your shield. Trust is your sword. Faith is your armor. Stay close to me, and I will show you who to trust, when to speak, and when to simply rest in my embrace. This is not a coincidence. You're not reading this by chance. This is your divine appointment. I am confirming what your spirit has already sensed. A shift is happening. The sorrow you've carried is lifting. The battle that's raged in your mind is being silenced. You are stepping into a new day, not because everything changes overnight, but because you are changing. Your perspective is shifting. Your soul is aligning with my truth. And where my truth reigns, freedom always follows. My child, don't give up. Don't settle. Don't bow to discouragement. You've come too far to quit now. My love has carried you, and my love will finish what it started. You're being prepared for something glorious, something eternal. So breathe, rest, lift your hands. I am with you, and I am not done, not even close. My child, now that your heart has been stirred, let me take you deeper into the truth that liberates. Sorrow may have accompanied you for a season, but it is not your companion for life. Pain may have shaped some chapters of your story, but it will not author your destiny. I, the Lord your God, have seen every moment of anguish, every sleepless night, every silent scream, and I am not unmoved. I am not indifferent. I am the God who weeps with you, and the God who calls you out of the pit, back into the land of the living. I speak now to that heaviness that refuses to lift, the weight you've carried like a cloak around your soul. You have worn sorrow as if it were part of you, but I say today, take it off. Lay it at my feet. I didn't design you to carry burdens that belong to me. I bore your grief. I carried your sorrows. That's what the cross was for. Not just forgiveness, but freedom. Not just salvation, but restoration. I didn't come so you could endure life. I came so you could live it abundantly. Don't let your past determine how much joy you believe you're allowed to experience. I am not just the God who delivers from bondage. I am the God who leads into promise. Do not stop at survival. Do not settle for numbness. Healing is your portion. Peace is your inheritance. Laughter is being restored to your lips. The enemy wants you trapped in a cycle of grief because he fears what you'll become when you finally step into freedom. But that cycle ends today. My truth breaks every chain. You've been afraid to hope again. Afraid that if you allow yourself to believe, you'll be disappointed. But I'm not man that I should lie. I do not promise and then fail to act. My faithfulness is not based on your feelings. My track record has never wavered. Look back at your life, at every moment you thought was the end, and see how I sustained you. See how I carried you. See how I turned mourning into dancing before, and know, I will do it again. Let me make something very clear. Healing is not forgetting. It's not pretending nothing happened. It's not denying the depth of your pain. Healing is remembering without being paralyzed. It's feeling deeply, but not being dominated. It's carrying the memory without the weight. I will not erase your past. I will redeem it. I will use it to strengthen your voice, to shape your compassion, to deepen your wisdom. The same wounds that nearly destroyed you will become doors of healing for others. There are people who need what you've survived. There are souls wandering in the darkness you once knew, and your light will lead them out. That is why your restoration matters. That is why you must rise. Your healing is not just about you, it's about legacy. It's about purpose. It's about kingdom impact. When you walk in freedom, you make space for others to follow. And as I heal you, I will expand your territory. I will place influence in your hands. Not for status, but for service. Not for control, but for compassion. But first, let me finish the work in you. Let me dig out the roots of sorrow that have entangled your joy. Let me tear down the mental strongholds that whisper, "This is how it will always be." No, child, that was a season. This is a shift, and seasons change. This new chapter is written in my ink, not the ink of pain. It will read differently. It will sound different. It will carry the fragrance of victory. I want you to start speaking differently. No more saying, "I'm broken beyond repair." No more declaring, "It's too late for me." Stop agreeing with the voice of the accuser. Begin agreeing with me. Say what I say. Speak life over yourself. Call yourself healed, even if the healing isn't complete yet. Call yourself free, even if the chains still rattle. Because faith speaks what is not, as though it already is. Faith speaks the language of heaven. And I will honor that faith. I will meet you in every word spoken in trust. I will move mountains in response to your surrender. I will invade your reality with the fullness of my presence. But you must make space for me. Turn off the noise. Step away from the chaos. Shut the door to the voices of fear and open the window of worship. Let praise be your protest against sadness. Let thanksgiving be your declaration of war against hopelessness. I have not called you to carry this alone. That's why I place my Spirit within you. He is your comforter, your counselor, your strength. He groans for you when you can't find the words. He intercedes with power when your faith feels fragile. You're never alone, never unsupported, never outnumbered. Heaven backs you. My angels surround you. My love covers you. And I will not leave you in the middle. I will walk you all the way through the grief, through the fear, through the transition. You will not drown in these waters. You will walk on them. Not because you are strong, but because your eyes are locked on me. Keep walking, child. Don't stop in the valley. Don't build your home in sadness. This is not your final address. You're passing through. And on the other side, joy awaits. Wholeness awaits. I await. This is the beginning of your rising. Believe it, receive it, speak it, for the night is ending and dawn is breaking. My beloved, as I continue to unfold the layers of my truth in your heart, know this with certainty. You were never created to be ruled by emotions. Feelings may come like waves, but you're not to be tossed about by them. I designed you to walk in authority, not just authority over situations, but over the internal storms that seek to steal your peace. Sadness may knock, but it must not find a throne in your life. It may touch your soul, but it must not bind your spirit. I've given you power over every tormenting lie, and that power is found in my word, which lives inside you. You may not feel strong today, but strength is not a feeling. It is a truth. And the truth is, I am your strength. In your weakness, I show myself mighty. In your lowest places, I reveal my highest glory. I do not need you to be perfect. I need you to be willing. Willing to lay it down. Willing to trust. Willing to come back to me again and again until your heart remembers that peace is not found in answers. It's found in me. The sadness you feel did not originate in your spirit. It came from the brokenness of a world that forgot me. But you are not of this world. You are not a citizen of sorrow. You are a child of promise. Your name is written on the palm of my hand. Your tears are caught in my bottle. Every sigh, every groan, every ache of your soul has been heard. And I answer not just with comfort, but with transformation. You must stop rehearsing your pain and begin declaring my promises. What you meditate on will multiply. If you dwell on defeat, you will live in discouragement. But if you feast on my faithfulness, joy will rise like the morning sun. Remember what I've done. Think on what I've spoken. Recall the victories I've already won for you. Let the memories of my goodness become the fuel for your future. You've asked me, why do I still feel this way if I believe in you? And I say to you, belief is the doorway, but abiding is the key. You believe in me, yes, but have you abided? Have you allowed my words to dwell in you richly? Not just when emotions run high, but in the quiet, in the routine, in the unseen moments. True relief, lasting joy, unshakable peace. These are not found in fleeting inspiration, but in daily communion with me. So let's go deeper. I don't want you to treat my word like a quick fix or a comforting quote. I want you to live in it, to let it marinate in your spirit until it changes how you see, how you think, how you speak. Let it become more real to you than your current mood, more solid than your temporary emotions. My word is a rock, and when you stand upon it, no wave of grief or fear can knock you down. This is how healing begins, not in one dramatic moment, but in 1,000 small decisions to trust me again. Each time you open your mouth to praise when you feel like crying, healing begins. Each time you refuse to isolate and instead invite me into the ache, healing begins. Each time you declare God is with me, even through your trembling, healing begins. Do not despise the process. The greatest transformations often look slow from the outside, but are miraculous at the root. Let me show you what's really happening. Your sorrow has been like soil, dark, heavy, unseen, but underneath, I've been planting seeds. Seeds of endurance, seeds of compassion, seeds of divine perspective. And now the rain of my presence is causing those seeds to sprout. Your roots are going deep. Your soul is becoming steady. And soon others will come and find shade in the testimony of your perseverance. You will no longer be known as the one who suffered in silence. You will be called the one who rose in power, the one who radiates peace, the one who sings even when the night is long, the one who speaks wisdom seasoned by pain, but saturated in my glory. I will make your scars shine. I will turn your wounds into wells of refreshing for the weary, and people will say, "How did they make it through?" And your life will answer, "Because God was with me." I'm walking with you through this valley, not to leave you there, but to walk you out stronger than before. And when you look back, you will not see only the pain. You will see the footsteps of my faithfulness. You will see the hands that carried you. You will see the light that never left your side. And you will say with full confidence, "Even here, God was good." So rise, even if all you can do is sit up. Praise, even if your voice cracks with tears. Speak truth, even if your hands tremble, because every step is a declaration that sadness does not own you. Grief may visit, but it will not define you. My joy is coming. My healing is flowing. My voice is calling. And this time you will answer differently. You will answer with strength, with hope, with trust, with vision. You will walk in the fullness of the promise that sadness cannot steal, because my word, my living, breathing, unshakable word, is lifting you higher. Now listen, my beloved, for I am not done speaking life into you. You've seen how sadness tries to wrap itself around you like a familiar garment, whispering that it is part of who you are. But today, I tear that false covering off of you. You are not clothed in despair. You are clothed in righteousness. You are not bound in grief. You are covered in grace. I call you out from under the weight of sorrow and into the lightness of my joy. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light, and I do not desire for you to carry what I already bore on the cross. Let me make this plain. Sadness is not your inheritance. Peace is. Depression is not your legacy. Victory is. Emotional torment is not your destiny. Freedom is. And I don't just offer freedom as a concept. I embody it. When you welcome me into your pain, you are welcoming the very nature of liberty. Where my spirit is, there is freedom. Not just on Sunday mornings, not just when the worship feels strong, but in the everyday places, in your car, in your room, in the silent moments when you feel forgotten. I am there, and I bring freedom with me. Some of you have grown accustomed to your sorrow because it has been with you for so long. It has shaped how you view life, how you view yourself, even how you view me. But I say to you, this is not how your story ends. I am rewriting the narrative of your life. I am removing the ink of grief, and I am inscribing joy with my own hand. I am not intimidated by the depth of your pain. I do my best work in broken places. I do my greatest miracles in the middle of mess. Yes, even now, as you read these words, something is shifting. Not just emotionally, but spiritually. I'm untying the knots of trauma that have tightened around your soul. I'm healing memories that haunt you. I'm silencing the accusations that play like a loop in your mind. You've replayed the moment of loss, the betrayal, the tragedy over and over, thinking if you could understand it, you could finally move past it. But understanding is not what brings healing. My presence does. So stop trying to figure it all out and just let me in. I am the healer, not just of bodies, but of hearts. Not just of diseases, but of despair. And I'm healing you even now, bit by bit, layer by layer. You don't need to rush this. You just need to keep coming to me. Don't let shame keep you distant. Don't let fatigue steal your hunger. Even if all you can offer me is a broken hallelujah, I receive it. Even if your prayers are wordless groans, I interpret them. I don't need eloquence, I need honesty. And I promise you, child, I will meet you in your truth. I know what you've lost. I know who walked away. I know the dreams that died, the expectations that shattered. And I care. I care more than you know. But I also know what is ahead. I see the joy waiting just beyond this valley. I see the divine surprises I've prepared. I see the new dreams I've planted, the new relationships I'm nurturing, the fresh purpose I am birthing from what once felt like ashes. You don't have to forget what happened. You just have to stop letting it define you. Your identity is not the one who was abandoned, the one who failed, the one who never healed. Number, I call you by a new name: overcomer, beloved, whole, anointed. That is who you are. That is who you've always been. And that truth will become louder than any lie of sorrow if you let it take root in your spirit. I want to teach you how to rejoice in the middle of the process. Not fake joy, but real, deep, soul-satisfying joy that cannot be shaken. The kind of joy that laughs even with tears in its eyes. The kind that worships not because everything is perfect, but because I am still good. That kind of joy is your weapon. Use it. Release it. Let it rise from within. It will confuse the enemy. It will scatter darkness. It will shift atmospheres. You don't need a perfect situation to praise me. You need a willing heart. And when you praise me through the pain, through the confusion, through the waiting, something powerful happens. Heaven opens. Chains break. Healing flows. I move when you worship. I dwell in your praise. So lift up your voice, not because you feel strong, but because you trust me to be your strength. You are not just a receiver of comfort. You are a releaser of comfort. The same way I am healing you, I will use you to heal others. You will not only be restored, you will be a restorer. You will speak life into those who think they are beyond repair. You will carry hope into rooms filled with despair. Your story will be a lifeline for those still drowning in silence. So come, child. Come boldly to me. I'm not far. I have never been far. I've walked with you every step, even when you couldn't see it. I have caught every tear. I have kept every cry. I have seen every trembling act of faith. And I am proud of you. Yes, proud. You didn't give up. You kept holding on. And now I am rewarding your endurance, not just with relief, but with renewal. Let this word be planted deep in your heart. Sadness is not your future. I am. My joy is. My promises are. My spirit is. And my presence will lead you out of this valley. Not someday, not maybe, but now. My beloved child, pause here with me and take a deep breath. Let this moment be sacred. Let it be the place where your sorrow surrenders and your soul begins to remember who I truly am. I am not the voice of condemnation that tells you to pretend you're fine. I am the voice of truth that sits with you in the ashes and gently says, you don't have to stay here. Yes, I meet you where you are, but I never leave you where I find you. I'm the God who calls you forward, the God who lifts the weary and restores what was once lost. There is no grief too deep for my healing to reach, no night too long for my light to break through. I am the morning star, and I shine even before the dawn. When it's darkest, that's when you can see me best. And child, I have not only been near you in your pain, I have been carrying you. Every time you thought, I can't do this anymore, it was my strength holding you. Every time you thought, I'm alone, it was my spirit whispering hope into your heart even when your ears couldn't hear it. I have been closer than your breath. So now I ask you again, will you let me have all of it? The sorrow, the guilt, the fear, the fatigue, the questions that never seem to find answers? Will you place them in my hands, not partially but fully, and trust me to turn them into something beautiful? I do not waste pain. I do not overlook tears. I do not ignore the ache in your soul. What man overlooks, I cherish. What others rush past, I sit with. I am the God who sees, and I see what others have missed in you. I see the strength beneath the sadness. I see the warrior behind the wounds. I see the potential buried beneath pain. The world sees brokenness, but I see becoming. The world sees delay, but I see divine preparation. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are right where I need you to be for the next miracle I am about to release. So stay close to me. Keep listening. Keep trusting. You are on holy ground, even in this valley. The sadness you've carried has made you sensitive, not in weakness, but in compassion. What once crushed you is becoming a bridge to lift others. That's the power of redemption. That's the testimony I'm building in you. You don't have to pretend to be unscarred. Your scars will preach louder than perfection ever could. They are proof that you have overcome. Proof that you are still here. Proof that I have never let go. But hear me. The time for merely surviving is over. I'm calling you to thrive, to step out of the shadows and live with purpose again. Not just existing, not just hoping things get better someday, but knowing that I'm making all things new now. Your hope doesn't have to be fragile anymore. Your joy doesn't have to be conditional. You've been walking on eggshells, afraid of the next heartbreak. But I say to you, walk boldly. Walk confidently. My goodness is not about to expire. My mercy is not limited. My love is not uncertain. You are safe in me. Let me show you how to dream again. Let me teach you how to laugh from your belly and not just your lips. Let me remind you what it feels like to expect goodness, not dread trouble. This is not blind optimism. It's resurrected faith. And faith is rising in you again. Can you feel it? It's that small stirring in your spirit, that whisper of, maybe it's not over. Don't silence it. Don't explain it away. That's me. I'm awakening what sadness tried to bury. You will dream again. You will plan again. You will rejoice again. And this time, it won't be tainted by fear of losing it. This joy will last because it comes from me, not from circumstances, not from people, but from the wellspring of my spirit inside you. I'm doing a new thing, and it starts in your heart. It starts with you saying, yes, Lord, I'm ready to live again. I will place people around you who carry my heart, people who will lift your arms when you're tired, speak truth when you forget, pray when you can't find the words. You were never meant to do this alone. I am building a circle around you, a family of faith, a tribe of encouragers who will walk with you as I lead you into fullness. Do not isolate yourself. Do not retreat in fear. Community is part of your healing. And as you heal, as you rise, I will begin to open doors no man can shut. You thought certain opportunities were lost forever, but I say to you, watch what I restore. Watch how I redeem time. What you thought was a detour will become the foundation for a destiny more beautiful than you imagined. Your tears have watered the soil, and now the harvest is on its way. It won't just be blessing, it will be beyond blessing. Not just what you need, but more than you asked for. That's who I am. So keep coming to me. Not just when the sadness feels unbearable, but every day. Let me be your daily bread, your living water, your safe place. I don't just want to rescue you, I want to walk with you. Through joy, through laughter, through victories yet to come. Because your story is not just about surviving sorrow, it's about stepping into supernatural joy. Child of my heart, as I continue to unfold the tapestry of your healing, let me anchor you in this eternal truth. You were never meant to be ruled by the shadow of what was, but guided by the light of who I am. Your story is not a tragedy. It's a testimony in progress. And though sadness may have authored some chapters, it is I, the Lord your Redeemer, who holds the pen, and I am writing a glorious conclusion. Your tears, though real, are not the final word. I speak joy. I speak hope. I speak resurrection over every lifeless corner of your soul. You have mourned long enough. You have sat with your pain long enough. And yes, I've been with you there. I never rushed your healing. I never forced a smile on your face. I never minimized what you felt. But now, I speak as the one who holds all power. Rise. Come up from the grave of despair. Step out of the cave of isolation. Come forth, like Lazarus, and leave the grave clothes behind. That sadness is not your identity. That depression is not your name. You are not defined by your darkest day. You are defined by my eternal light. You may ask, but what if I feel the sadness again? Hear me, child. It may come knocking, but you no longer have to open the door. You're no longer its host. You have authority now, authority to stand on my word and declare, this space belongs to the Lord. And when you do, my peace rushes in like a flood. Sadness has no legal right in a house filled with praise. Despair cannot breathe in an atmosphere saturated with my spirit. The sadness has tried to steal your laughter, but I say, it will return. Not forced laughter, not fake smiles, holy joy, the kind that bubbles up from your spirit and spills out even when life isn't perfect. That joy is your strength, and I am restoring it. You will laugh again without guilt. You will enjoy without fear. You will dance without shame. And when you do, the enemy will tremble, because he will know you are no longer under his grip. Do not be surprised if old emotions try to resurface. Healing is not a straight line. It is a sacred process. There may be days when memories return, when your heart feels heavy, but those days are no longer your masters. They're moments for me to minister to you again. I don't tire of healing you. I don't grow weary of holding you. I'm not impatient with your journey. I'm committed to you, and I will walk with you every time you need me. I am the God who stays. And as you step into this new level of freedom, you'll begin to feel the call to help others rise too, because healing is not a gift to be hoarded. It is a river meant to flow. I am placing a mantle on your life. You who once sat in sorrow will now speak life to those still bound by it. You who once wept in the night will now prophesy the dawn to others. I am commissioning you not just to survive, but to lead. Not just to recover, but to rebuild. You're becoming a voice in the wilderness, preparing the way for healing to come to many. Your story matters. Your scars matter. Your survival is not random. It is divine strategy. I allowed the breaking not to crush you, but to release the fragrance of my glory from within you. The oil you carry now is costly, and it will flow with power. When you speak, chains will break. When you pray, atmospheres will shift. When you worship, heavens will open. Because you have been with me in the furnace, and now you walk in the fire of my spirit. But I remind you, this freedom must be nurtured. Stay close to me. Guard your heart. Fill your mind with my word. Don't return to the habits or environments that nurtured your sadness. Choose life daily. Choose joy intentionally. Worship on the days you don't feel like it. Speak truth when lies are louder. This is how you maintain the victory I've given you. I'm also restoring your perspective. For too long, pain has tinted how you see the world, how you view people, even how you interpret my love. But I am giving you new eyes, eyes that see possibility, not problems. Eyes that see beauty again, eyes that see me in everything. You will begin to notice how I've been with you all along. In the kindness of a stranger, in the gentle breeze, in the lyrics of a song, in the quiet moments when you felt something shift inside your soul. That was me, always me. I know the sadness once made you numb. You stopped dreaming, stopped reaching, stopped expecting anything good. But I declare, dream again, try again, love again, risk again, hope again. You're not fragile anymore. You're fortified by grace. You're not who you were in the valley. Something new is being born in you. Something holy, something powerful. Let it grow. Let it stretch you. Let it become the very thing that defines this next season of your life. And know this, I rejoice over you, not just when you get it right, not just when you feel strong, but even now, right now. As you read these words with trembling hope, I rejoice over you with singing. You are my delight, my treasure, my masterpiece. And I am not disappointed in your journey. I am proud of your persistence. You are exactly who I created you to be, a reflection of my glory, rising from sorrow into supernatural joy. Child of my promise, I speak now to the depths within you that have long waited for release, for permission to breathe, to smile, to live again. I see how sadness built walls around your heart, convincing you that it was safer to hide than to hope. But I did not create you to live behind barricades. I fashioned your soul to be a sanctuary of light, not a prison of fear. So I say, with all the authority of heaven, it's time to tear down the walls. One by one, brick by brick. Let my love break through. Let my truth break in. You have believed in some secret corner of your mind that joy was for others, not for you. That peace was something you might taste momentarily but never truly inhabit. That somehow your sadness disqualified you from abundance. But that is not my voice. I never said that. I never willed that. I do not hand out joy sparingly. I give it freely, abundantly, eternally to those who are willing to receive it. Are you willing, my child? Will you open your heart again? Not cautiously, not with one eye still on the pain, but fully? I'm not asking you to pretend that nothing hurt. I'm asking you to believe that everything can be healed. I'm not telling you to forget your scars. I'm telling you they no longer have the power to define your identity. I'm not suggesting that you ignore the loss. I'm promising to redeem it. What you thought was an ending, I will transform into a beginning. What you thought was broken beyond repair, I will shape into a vessel of glory. You see fragments. I see a future, and in that future you are vibrant. You are alive. You are flowing with the oil of joy instead of mourning. You are clothed in garments of praise instead of a spirit of heaviness. You are laughing with those who once pitied you. You are standing tall where you once crawled in pain, not because you denied your grief, but because you surrendered it. Not because you figured it all out, but because you gave it all to me. This transformation isn't based on your ability. it's based on my faithfulness. I don't call you healed because you feel it. I call you healed because I said it. And when I speak, heaven and earth align. Creation responds. Your cells, your thoughts, your emotions begin to come under the authority of my word. That is the power of divine decree. That is why sadness cannot remain when I have declared freedom. It may resist, but it cannot win. My word does not return void. So walk in that word, child. Walk as if it is already done. Speak as though joy has already overtaken you. Praise as though breakthrough has already arrived. Because from my vantage point, it has. I exist outside of time. I see the end from the beginning. And in me, your restoration is not a hope. It is a certainty. The only question is whether you will embrace it, live in it, trust it enough to leave the grave behind. I am building you into someone that sadness cannot intimidate anymore. Someone who wakes up with expectation instead of dread. Someone who sees challenges as opportunities for me to shine. Someone who no longer fears vulnerability. Because you've discovered that in your weakness, I am glorified. You are learning what it means to live unburdened. Not because life is easy, but because grace is enough. Every day, sufficient grace. Every hour, sustaining love. And this joy I give you, it will ripple. It will touch your family, your friendships, your future. It will leak into every conversation, every room, every task. You won't even have to force it. You'll carry it like fragrance. The kind of joy that makes people wonder what's different about you. The kind of peace that draws broken hearts toward you, because they sense the presence of the healer living in you. Yes, you are becoming a carrier of hope. You, who once cried yourself to sleep, will now speak rest over others. You, who once thought the sadness would never lift, will now lift others from their sorrow, not by preaching at them, but by being with them, by listening, by loving, by letting my spirit flow through your healed places. You will not only be whole, you will be a well, a deep reservoir of life-giving water. And as that well springs up, I will refill you again and again. You will never run dry. That fear of burning out, let it go. I am your source. I am your sustainer. The well is not dependent on your energy. It's fed by my spirit. So rest in me. Draw from me. Let me be the rhythm of your days, the anchor of your thoughts, the calm within your chaos. This is not the end of the story. This is the turning point. And from here, everything begins to shift. The people who once dismissed you will see your radiance and wonder. The places that once triggered your pain will become altars of praise. The things that once brought tears will now stir gratitude. Because I am rewriting the ending. I am turning your weeping into a witness, your ache into authority. So now, my child, take one more step, out of sadness, out of numbness, out of fear, and into joy, into peace, into promise. This is not wishful thinking. This is my covenant with you. I have spoken, and so it shall be. My beloved, take this moment and recognize the shift, not only in your circumstances, but in your spirit. You are no longer living from the outside in. You are beginning to live from the inside out. You are learning to draw from the well of my spirit within you, instead of waiting for your environment to validate your joy. This is true maturity. This is divine strength. This is what it means to be anchored in me. And as you remain rooted, I will cause your branches to stretch farther than you ever imagined. No more shall sadness be the loudest voice in your heart. I have silenced it with my truth. It may whisper from the edges, but you now have the authority to dismiss it, not through denial, but through declaration. Declare my promises. Declare my goodness. Declare that you are healed, whole, and held. Let your tongue agree with heaven. Let your speech be soaked in faith. For every word you speak in alignment with my heart is like a sword in the Spirit. It tears down strongholds and builds up peace. You're becoming fluent in my language, the language of restoration, the language of promise, the language of joy. And this language is not learned in ease, but in warfare. You have earned this fluency through tears and perseverance, through waiting and pressing in, through refusing to let go when everything in you wanted to quit. I see that fight. I honor that fight. And now I place a mantle upon you, the mantle of an encourager, a light bearer, a joy releaser. This joy I give is not fragile. It does not break under pressure. It does not flee in adversity. It stands firm because it is rooted in who I am. The enemy cannot counterfeit it. The world cannot understand it. It is supernatural, and it is yours. Yes, yours, not earned, but gifted. Take it. Let it become the rhythm of your life. Wake with it. Walk with it. Work with it. Worship with it. Joy is not an interruption. It is your new way of being. I know there will still be moments of sorrow. That's part of living in a world not yet fully redeemed. But now you know where to go with that sorrow. Now you know who to turn to. And I will meet you every time. You will not spiral anymore. You will soar. You will not be overtaken. You will overcome. Because sadness is no longer your master. I am. And I am a good, kind, joyful master who delights in blessing his children. Let me remind you, your emotions are not enemies. I gave them to you, but they must not govern you. They must serve your spirit, not rule it. When sadness arises, don't condemn yourself. Invite me in. Let me walk with you through it. Let me transform it. And you will come out not diminished, but deeper. Not broken, but built. Not weary, but wise. This is how I grow my children, not by shielding them from storms, but by strengthening them to stand through them. You are learning to live with open hands now, no longer clinging to what you thought you needed to survive, no longer grasping for control. You are learning to trust me with everything, with your past, your healing, your future. And I will prove myself faithful. You will not be left hanging. You will not be abandoned midway. I finish what I start, and what I started in you, I will bring to full completion, with beauty, with glory, and with the sound of victory echoing in every corner of your life. Yes, victory is your portion. Not a partial win, not a temporary lift, total triumph. Triumph over despair, triumph over the old patterns, triumph over generational sorrow. You are the one I've chosen to break the cycle. You are the turning point in your bloodline. What stopped your ancestors will not stop you. Where they were silenced, you will sing. Where they were stuck, you will soar. The chains break with you, and the blessing begins with you. I will pour out my spirit on your house. Your children will inherit joy, not sorrow. Your marriage, your friendships, your finances, your dreams, everything connected to you will come under the influence of heaven. Because you made the choice to rise. Because you dared to believe that I could take what was meant for evil and turn it for good. And I will. Oh, how I will. There will be days ahead when others will look to you and ask, "How did you change so much? How are you so steady now?" And you will smile, not with arrogance, but with awe, because you will know it was me. Not your striving, not your discipline, not your intellect, but my mercy, my presence, my love. You will testify of me, and your testimony will break chains off of others. The ripple effect of your healing will touch more lives than you can count. So take this moment and praise me, not for what you feel, but for what you know. Praise me that the night is over. Praise me that the sadness is losing its grip. Praise me that you are alive, not just physically, but spiritually. Praise me for the future because I hold it. Praise me for the now because I am in it. Praise me not because I need it, but because you do. Your praise realigns your soul with the truth. Child, you've come so far, and the best is not behind you. The best is ahead. Let that truth fuel your hope. Let it rise like fire in your bones. You are moving from mourning to dancing, from ashes to beauty, from heaviness to praise. Now, my beloved child, breathe in the atmosphere I've created around you. Can you sense it? The air feels different because you are different. You are no longer walking in circles of sorrow. You are stepping forward into the destiny I have designed from before the foundations of the earth. What once held you back is now behind you. What once drained your strength is now powerless before the might of my joy in you. This is not an emotional high. This is not momentary relief. This is a spiritual rebirth. This is your awakening. You're walking into a season where peace will guard you like an army, where hope will stand at your door like a watchman. No longer will sadness be the default reaction to pressure. No longer will anxiety be the undertone of your daily life. You are stepping into peace that surpasses understanding, peace that makes no sense to those around you, because it comes not from circumstance, but from my spirit dwelling richly within you. You will radiate this peace in your eyes, in your speech, in your presence. People will feel calmer around you, not because of you, but because I am with you. Do you see now what I've been preparing you for? Your sorrow had a purpose. It led you to me. It softened the hard places. It broke the pride that said you could do it alone. It emptied you of self so I could fill you with myself. And now you are filled, not just emotionally, but spiritually, eternally, gloriously. You carry heaven inside you. You carry me. And no darkness, no sadness, no lie from the enemy can undo what I have sealed. You may still face challenges. This life is not without trouble, but you will no longer be crushed under their weight. You are now equipped. You are fortified by truth, surrounded by grace, and empowered by my Spirit. And when trials come, you will respond differently, no longer with fear, but with faith, no longer with despair, but with discernment. You will say, "This too shall pass. My God is with me. My joy is untouchable." And hell will tremble at your confidence. I am raising you as a voice in the wilderness, a prophetic soul who can speak light where there is none. Your tongue is anointed now, not for flattery, but for fire, not for complaint, but for command. When you speak my word, angels are dispatched. Atmospheres shift. Healing breaks out. And it all flows from a heart once buried in sadness, but now revived by glory. Your journey has made you sensitive to the pain of others. That is not a weakness. It is a weapon. You will see what others miss. You will hear the silent cries. You will recognize the heaviness behind the fake smiles. And you will bring my comfort, not out of pity, but out of power. You're not offering bandages. You are carrying balm. The balm of Gilead, the presence of the healer. Your hands will become instruments of healing. Your prayers will carry weight in the heavens. Your worship will become warfare. Your silence will carry authority. You will walk into rooms, and the atmosphere will shift, because the darkness remembers you. It remembers when you almost gave up. It remembers when you were at your lowest. And now, it sees you risen. It sees you unshaken. It sees you anointed. And it knows you are a threat to every chain it hoped to keep bound. Do not downplay what I've done in you. Do not dismiss the transformation as small. What happened in your soul is monumental in the spirit realm. Angels rejoice over your healing. Heaven celebrates your surrender. And I delight in you. I rejoice over you with singing. I dance over you with joy. You are my masterpiece, my miracle, my messenger, and I will continue to lead you. This is just the beginning. I will show you places of joy you've never known. I will walk you through fields of promise, vineyards of blessing, rivers of living water. You will rest in green pastures. You will feast in the presence of your enemies. You will anoint others with the oil that once anointed your own wounds, and you will never be the same. So don't look back. Don't grieve the season I brought you out of. It served its purpose. It shaped you. It refined you. But it no longer defines you. I'm doing a new thing. Can you not perceive it? It springs up even now. Streams in the desert. Beauty from ashes. Joy from mourning. Praise instead of despair. This is the exchange of grace. Your story will be told, not in pity but in power, not as a victim, but as a victor. You will stand on platforms not built by man, but by my hand. You will carry influence, not for ego, but for kingdom. You will shine, not for fame, but for freedom. The world is waiting for the sound of your voice, for the weight of your testimony, for the release of your joy. Don't hold it back. Don't hide it. Let it flow. Let it rise. Because you, my child, are proof that sadness does not win. You are evidence that my word heals, that my spirit restores, that my joy is real. And through you, many will believe again. Many will rise again. Many will laugh again. Now, my child, let your soul rejoice, for the final seal is placed upon your restoration. You are no longer who you once were. You are no longer clothed in mourning, no longer sitting in the ashes of yesterday. You've stepped into the radiance of my promise, and the beauty that now surrounds you is not fleeting. It is eternal. For what I have done in your heart is not merely emotional healing, it is divine transformation. You have passed through the fire, and now you emerge, refined, anointed, and ready. This final chapter is not an end. It is the beginning of a new movement in your life. A holy momentum will begin to build around you. Doors will open, not because of luck, but because of destiny. Opportunities will arise, not because you forced them, but because I orchestrated them. You are stepping into divine alignment, and sadness no longer has any authority to delay your progress. Let me declare it clearly. You are a vessel of my glory. You carry my presence. When you walk with angels. When you speak, heaven echoes your words. When you move, darkness retreats. You are no longer fighting for joy. You are fighting from joy. And that shift changes everything. No longer reactive, but prophetic. No longer fragile, but fiery with purpose. You are dangerous to the enemy now, because you know who you are. You are mine, and I will not let you slip back into sorrow. I will sustain you. I will protect what I've begun in you. Yes, you will still need to choose joy daily. You will still have to guard your heart. But now you are equipped. Now you are armed with truth. Now you are led by wisdom and not by wounds. And I will walk with you, whispering reminders of what we've been through together. When the world forgets, when even you forget, I will remind you, you are whole. You are holy, you are free. My beloved, your days of just surviving are over. Now, you thrive. You plant gardens in places of ruin. You build altars in places that once held pain. You carry joy into spaces where sorrow once ruled. You lift others with the same comfort I gave you. You are a light in this world, a city on a hill, a beacon for the broken. And through you, my glory will touch lives you never thought you'd reach. Never again question your worth. Never again believe that joy is beyond your reach. Never again allow sadness to tell you who you are. Let your heart beat with this truth. You are chosen. You are cherished. You are commissioned. Your future is not shaped by fear, but by faith. Your next chapter is not uncertain. It is sealed with my promise. I go before you to prepare the way. I walk beside you to guide your steps. I dwell within you to sustain your soul. Let your worship arise, not because everything is perfect, but because I am present. Sing not out of obligation, but out of overflow. Dance not for attention, but because the chains have fallen. Speak not to be heard, but to declare freedom for others. You are my voice on the earth, my hands of healing, my heart in motion. You carry a sound that breaks yokes. You carry a light that will not be hidden. Now go, child. Go into the world with joy that cannot be stolen, with peace that passes understanding, with courage that confounds the enemy. Go with the fire of revival in your spirit. Go with the certainty that you are no longer broken, but blessed. No longer lost, but led. No longer crushed, but called. This is not the same version of you who began the journey. This is a new creation, and I am proud of what you've become. Walk in this identity. Speak with this authority. Love with this purity. Serve with this humility. And when you encounter others still trapped in sadness, don't judge. Extend grace. Don't just give advice. Offer presence. Let the healing I've given you flow through every word, every hug, every act of kindness. Let your life become a living sermon that declares, God heals, God restores, God rejoices over his children. You are a joy bringer now, a peace speaker, a love giver, and nothing will ever take that from you. I have placed my mark on your life. I have crowned your head with compassion. I have called you radiant, and all of heaven celebrates what you've overcome. This is your new beginning. Walk boldly, live freely, love deeply, because your sadness has been turned to joy. Your silence has become a song. Your weariness has been exchanged for wonder. And I, your God, your Father, your friend, am with you forevermore. Amen. If this word has stirred your heart, share it. Let my message reach those who are hungry for hope,